Park rangers in San Jose master many skills to provide the unique combination of services required to operate the citywide parks. Over 2 million people a year visit these parks. Ensuring that they have a safe and enjoyable time is the ranger's primary job. This requires knowledge, training, and experience in many different fields. The visitor's first contact with staff is usually at the entrance station where, under the guidance of the rangers, recreation aides collect fees and provide park information.
How are the trails today?
They're in good shape. We could use a little rain, though.
Well, not today, I hope. How much do I owe you?
The recreation aide's familiarity with park operations comes from being part of a team working to conserve the park's beauty and provide recreational opportunities for the public.
Here you go. You can put that on the inside of your windshield.
Thank you.
Okay, you're quite welcome. Have a nice hike.
The entrance station staff also doubles as the first contact to direct other agencies, such as fire department and police, responding to assist when emergencies develop in the park interior. The ranger's duties are diverse and will vary throughout the week depending upon park conditions and usage levels. On a sunny weekday like this, a common request here at Alum Rock Park is for directions to a favored trail. This is one of the city's more rustic parks. In fact, it is the oldest municipal park in California. Since the turn of the century, when the park was a nationally known health spa with 27 mineral springs, Alum Rock Park has drawn thousands of visitors from the Santa Clara Valley and beyond. When the park was in danger of being overused, the facility was changed from the one with multitudes of uses to a more natural setting emphasizing family outdoor activities.
Hey, just off the trail.
Today, there are miles of hiking and equestrian trails traversing the steep canyon walls. Restoration and conservation of those trails is the responsibility of the park ranger. You can imagine what a task that is. To get the job done, rangers supervise and coordinate major work projects with groups such as the California Conservation Corps, the San Jose Conservation Corps, the Elmwood Rehabilitation Facility, and even volunteers from the Boy Scouts of America. Much of the land conservation, restoration, and stewardship is linked to the success of another of the ranger's duties, wildlife management. Here at Lake Cunningham, rangers are converting an island into a bird sanctuary. Grass seed has been sown and the trees and bushes planted in a thick carpet of new topsoil. The Canadian geese, mallard ducks, snowy egrets, and the great blue herons will have a better chance of survival in this lush new nesting ground. Fish thrive along with birds. Rangers work with the Department of Fish and Game to stock these waters with largemouth black bass, bluegill, red-eared sunfish, and channel catfish. Fishing is just one of the many recreational activities at this lake. A variety of other water sports is available to the community, all under the watchful eye of the park ranger. As always, his concern is to build an environment where nature and man coexist for their mutual benefit. Wildlife management takes many different forms. At the Japanese Friendship Garden in Kelly Park, Rangers tend a collection of the exotic koi fish. Ranger Tammy discusses one aspect of their care.
Periodically, we take slide samples of the koi fish. This is a preventative measure to check for parasites. And what we do is we run this cover slip right over the top of the fish, spread it out onto the slide, and then what we'll do is we'll look at this underneath the microscope and check for parasites. If we find that there are parasites there, then we treat accordingly.
I found that just about everybody enjoys seeing and learning about wildlife. In fact, we use wild animals in our wildlife interpretation programs, and we found that it helps us discuss park management problems such as loss of habitat and the human impact on the food chain and water pollution. This is Pockets the possum, and possums are the only marsupial or pouched animal in North America. We find the animals are a good focal point for the children to understand and learn about their natural world.
Pockets the possum is just one of the several live animals the rangers use in their interpretive talks. In addition to mammals, there are reptiles, spiders, and birds.
Well, this is Ariel, and she's an American kestrel who lives with us here at the park. And even though she is a wild animal, she's not able to live in the outdoors.
Interpretive talks incorporating live animals offer a special experience to students and park visitors. These programs also help rangers manage park facilities through education. By increasing the public's sensitivity to and understanding of the park environment, the visitor is more likely to obey rules established to protect the visitor and the park.
Anything else? Yeah.
Where does it live?
The American kestrels are native to this area, though not common to our canyon, but in the North American region.
Park management issues such as wildlife management, habitat protection, and land conservation may be addressed in one presentation. More expensive methods of achieving the same results may be avoided. These talks also promote the parks, resulting in higher attendance and give the public a greater understanding of the rangers' jobs. As you can see, it is one that is highly integrated and efficient, with one action accomplishing two or more objectives. Of course, rangers must still patrol to ensure the public takes its obligation to respect nature seriously. Ranger Carol explains.
I was patrolling the switchback leading up to the South Rim Trail when I discovered this guy cutting between the trails by sliding down the hillside. I find that many people who break a park rule don't understand the harm or potential danger they create by their actions. My first approach is to explain the reasons behind a particular regulation.
When you come down the hillside like that, it kills all the vegetation, it causes destructive erosion. So next time when you come to the park...
Once they understand, most people will try to follow the rules.
Thanks for your cooperation.
By patrolling, I'm accessible to the public and am right there to help when there is an emergency. I can also spot problems quickly. This can be anything from a group with a loud radio to a wildfire. For instance, the light was failing when a park visitor told me she had lost 3 children from her group. She was very upset.
Rangers are trained in search and rescue techniques. This training includes instruction on working with distraught people in emergency situations. After easing their fears, Carol knows just what to ask. Gathering accurate description requires her to be patient, yet firm in her questioning.
The sooner I'm aware of a situation, the better my chances of controlling it before it gets out of hand.
Meanwhile, after his presentation on the American kestrel, Todd composes a brochure for a self-guided nature hike. His colleague, Ranger Dave Jagor, is putting the finishing touches on a taxidermy mount to be used in an interpretive display. Preparation for naturalist interpretation takes time. The winter season is used to advantage by the rangers for research and construction of displays.
3931, 3932. I have 3 lost juveniles on the South Rim Trail.
Clear to copy the description. The first one is male, 12 years old, blonde hair, blue eyes. The second one is a female, approximately 9 years old, brown hair, green eyes.
And the third one, also a female, approximately 11 years old, long brown hair, blue eyes.
10-4, I'll be responding from the visitor center.
What we'll do is we'll return to your group now, okay?
Dave, I'm gonna check on these lost kids. I'll give you a call if I need your help.
All right. Dave Jagor will stay behind and monitor the walkie-talkie transmissions. Should the Rangers' initial search fail, he will be in a position to provide vital coordination between Rangers, Park Police, and the Fire Department search and rescue staff. This is one of the unique aspects of the San Jose's Park Ranger program. It is designed so that some personnel are accessible and flexible at all times, ready, willing, and able to postpone a project in order to respond to one of a higher priority. Todd will drive to the western end of the South Rim Trail, where he will begin his search for the missing hikers. By having Carol search from the opposite end of the trail, they plan to encircle the children and return them to their leader. His fanny pack has medical supplies. Should he need it, his pumper truck is equipped with additional first aid supplies and rescue equipment. It is critical for Rangers to be trained in first aid and cardiopulmonary resuscitation, since they are on site in the park and often the first person to be contacted in an emergency. After half an hour of searching the back trails, the Rangers were successful in finding the lost children. It is important to resolve an emergency quickly before it worsens. This is made possible by drawing on available trained Rangers who are familiar with the terrain involved.
Don't move her ankle. Hurt it. 3933, 3931.
Go ahead to 3933.
Yeah, for info, we found the lost kids. One has an injured ankle, but I think we'll be able to hike her down.
10-4. Once this crisis is concluded, the Rangers will begin preparing for the busy weekend. The number of visitors to the parks increases dramatically. These crowds bring a new set of concerns to the Rangers' jobs, causing once again a reordering of priorities. Their energies will be divided mostly between park operations and visitor services. San Jose Park Rangers are responsible for traffic control not only in the parks but often on the streets directly outside them. They work in cooperation with local police, especially when the parking lot fills and cars spill over into the surrounding lands. Now, with visitors crossing the road to enter the park, as they are seen here, crossing Center Road to get into Kelly Park, their safety becomes a concern to the Rangers as they direct the pedestrians and traffic into and out of the park. Park visitors have a number of attractions waiting for them. Many large groups request picnic tables for the day. Rangers reserve their tables by posting signs for them early in the morning. Weekends are characterized by this heightening of the public service aspects of the Rangers' jobs. There is an increased responsibility placed on the Rangers that the public's visit will be safe and an enjoyable one. This is assured with a force of Rangers trained and experienced in park operations, visitor services, rules enforcement, wildlife management, land conservation and restoration, and interpretation. It is the joining of these diverse and specialized skills and abilities into one professional the park ranger, that makes him or her such a unique and essential provider of recreation, parks, and community services to the city of San Jose.